We want to stand for the rights of women.
And welcome back to part 2 of our Point Blank special report on the Aware EGM Showdown at Suntec.
Now, the new guard took a long time to come back. If you remember, the old guards actually gave them... Miss Mati actually said, let's give them 1 to 5 minutes. And I'm just thinking, 1 to 5 minutes.
That's a bit fast.
Yeah, that's a bit too fast, right?
Before they even stepped down.
Yeah, and James was all in front of them. But anyway, the new guard did take a long time to come back, and I think that is totally understandable to decide whether they were going to resign or not. But in the meantime, while they were deliberating somewhere in some dark room, or I really don't know where they disappeared to, you know.
And that's a very big mystery, actually.
Yeah, at Suntec, nobody knew where they disappeared to because actually when they left, if you remember the picture, there's a stage, right, and then at the back is just a wall, but there's an exit at the back. Yeah. So we all went, and then there were guards.
Right.
So we really didn't know where they went to, but they did go somewhere to deliberate and.
But it was a very long time. I think they took like about half an hour to decide to come back. And during that time, we were still wondering like whether we should contact them and then whether the press conference was still on. Yeah. And so I made a call.
Yeah, because I was telling Shishing, hey, are they coming back? Then if they're not coming back, maybe they're going to have their press conference now.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I made a call and to
Miss Lois Ng.
And then she actually rejected the call. I suppose everybody is trying to contact them.
Or she was very busy deliberating.
Yeah, that's right. She didn't disturb her. And so I decided to just drop her a message and try my luck. And indeed, she replied me and she says, we are coming up now.
Yeah, so that was quite funny because everyone was... all the old guards has passed the motion to remove them without them being there. So, and everyone was just like wondering if they're coming back, So we knew they were coming back, but we didn't really know like when is it going to be soon. But they did come back quite soon after your message, and it's not like. And in fact, the legal counsel tried calling them as well. I mean, the old guards approached the lawyers from Raja and Tan, was like, "Could you call your clients?" And they couldn't get them.
Couldn't get them at all.
Yeah.
So apparently her message, we are coming up now, it's not to the press conference room, but
to the main exhibition
hall. Yeah, we were confused also. We were like, coming to the press conference or coming back to the...
In fact, the cameraman and I ran out of the hall just to...
and I think I told you, right? Go to the press call room and Amanda will take care of whatever is happening here.
Yeah, but while we were waiting, then Miss Josie Lau at the exco actually came back suddenly on stage.
And then I think you guys went back.
You called me and said, you come back. They are back.
Okay, and this is the next wiki is what happens after our cameraman came back.
Yeah, take a look.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I have 2 minutes of your time?
Remove from office. Democratically.
The exco will note the outcome of the vote of no confidence. The exco has decided to graciously step down and wish away all of them in their endeavors. The team hopes away. Quiet, please. Let me finish my statement. The team hopes away will return to its original roots in accordance with its constitution and continue to contribute to the advancement of women in the political,
Alright, by then the hall was going mad already lah.
Yeah.
But actually what was going on in my mind was that if they are coming back, I think they are going to announce that they're going to step down. So I thought that the crowd should have been a bit nicer. I mean, it's already reached that point, right? And I don't know, you've already removed them, and I don't know what else they were thinking, because there's only one. They're sort of left with no choice, even though they don't have to legally step down. I think they were going to. So I think they should have been a bit more gracious and just let them speak. Right?
I guess,
Yeah.
don't know. To be fair, I feel that the emotions are already very high. And especially when they were just electing the new committee and they want to get the whole thing to be done smoothly, rather than, I guess at the back of their mind, they'll be thinking, what if the committee comes back and then disrupts everything? That could be a possibility.
But it was quite kind of unexpected. So, because by the time I got into the exhibition hall, they were sort of in the process of electing new committee members, and then suddenly Miss Josie Lau and her team came up. Yeah, so I guess the crowd was kind of sort of disgruntled, or like, how come it was suddenly...
No, but I mean, I would have liked for them to come back and then announce they step down. I mean, in spite of them being removed and everything, I mean, it's just a nicer way to end it for Miss Josie Lau and her exco, and I think the least the crowd could have done is to be a bit more gracious. In fact, some of the old guards were on stage already because they were elected, and they were like jostling for the mic and all that. Like, no, you can't speak. I mean, it's really it was getting a bit too ugly for me lah. And I think I was also hungry lah. That's probably why.
I know, because we were stuck there for like how many hours? 8 hours, right?
Yeah, and I went for one toilet break.
Oh.
Yeah. And in fact, actually, the voting was very, very quick.
It was.
Yeah, it was very, very quick. It
almost feels like they want to get it done right about now.
But like what you said, I'm sure they did, because they probably didn't know what's gonna happen, like what to expect. What if they pull something else out their head and they don't have to leave?
I guess it's sort of like a seize the moment thing now that they are...
Carpe diem, is it?
Now that they have, won the vote, then they should just take action right now and elect a new exco.
No, I don't blame them for being so quick lah, but I just thought that they should have been a bit more gracious, because in a sense, even after they removed them or after the no confidence vote, I think most people would expect them to put up a new exco on that day itself. They're not going to attend another EGM, AGM or whatever. They just, after like 8 hours, I want this to be over and done with. So I think everything went the way they wanted could have, but probably it's not the way that it should have. Like, I just think they should be more gracious lah. Let them speak, and after all, they only took 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Actually, at the back of my mind during the election of the newer committee, I knew that something is going to happen, actually, because it can't have just end with a new committee. I mean, even if Ms. Josie Lau and her gang were to leave the building there and then, we don't know, maybe the news will go on tomorrow or the day after.
Like there's no closure.
There's no closure. So something has to happen. There must be a climax and resolution, I guess.
No, for me it was two scenarios. Either they announced that they will step down at the press conference, which you were running to, or they come back and do it, but then by then we already knew that they were coming back,
right?
So, or coming to the press con, but we knew something was going to happen, so we were just sort of waiting. I mean, after all, what is like 5 minutes after 7 hours? Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. I ran to the press conference after the election. The exco resigned, and after the break, we will take a look at what they say and what are the challenges that the newer aware has to face.
Complicated, right?